Hello, everybody. I'm the director of the Human Trafficking Response Team. I'm Chris. I have my Chief of Operations here, Scott, and I also have with me Heather from Threads of Serenity. We're going to do a really brief discussion and summarize child trafficking, how to avoid it, and what we're going to start off with is what you can do in the household as parents and as children. So what we want to talk to you about is when you're at home and you're having issues, you need to make sure you set an environment that's pleasant for everybody. The more toxic the environment is for your kids, for your family, it's going to drive them away. And when kids are in that toxic environment, they eventually are going to turn around and maybe take off running. They're going to find a way to leave. You're going to put them in a situation where they're going to seek comfort from somewhere else. But what you really want is you want to be approachable. You want them to approach you and talk to you about everything, because at the end of the day, you're their parent. So as a parent, you want what's best for your child. So do you want your child to obey you through fear, or do you want your child to respect you, fear you, and approach you for any issues? Because if they can't, then that's a huge problem, because they're going to go find someone else they can approach if it's not you. So does anybody want to start off and elaborate on this?
I mean, you kind of pretty much covered that one.
I mean, I did, but if you got anything you want to say, speak up now. Forever hold your peace for the public's awareness.
No,
I'm good with that one.
All right, cool. Hey, look, we're going to move on. We're going to talk about something very important that everybody does. And while the intention's good, it can cause a lot of harm. Stop advertising stuff on your vehicles, your home, and your social media. Just stop. Scott?
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to have a class of 2020 graduate sign in your yard, but I mean, those kids are grown. They've just turned 18. They're adults. But we see, since the pandemic hit and all these kids have been out of school, and we've seen a lot of these signs in yards. My daughter graduated 5th grade. Come on, you really don't be wanting to tell every child predator in the neighborhood that your 5th grader's at home alone while you're at work, and especially while now a lot of these signs I still see sitting out in the yard.
Yes.
A lot of people are back into school, but they're doing virtual learning, and parents are back to work. So now I see a sign in the yard that says, my daughter graduated 5th grade. Now that's telling me that there's a 6th grader in the house by themselves, because I know this area is doing virtual learning. So, you're just advertising a lot of stuff like that to people. Stuff on your vehicles. You got stickers of people telling everybody you have a dog in the house. People telling everybody how many people you have in the house. These little stick figure families, I want to bust all your windows out every time I see them, because I know how many people live in your house. I know how many children you have. I know how many dogs you have. I know if there's a mom and a dad. I know if there's just a mom. Don't tell everybody that.
Look, your intentions are good. I got it. But your intentions, while they are good, can get you into a lot of trouble, especially on social media, which we'll get there in a sec. Heather, do you want to elaborate on any of this?
I most certainly agree. I've also noticed that in regards to predators of any kind, whether, it's to cause physical harm, sexual harm, anything along those lines, one thing that I have noticed is also parents who like to put out giant boxes of, Barbie's dream house or things along that nature. Definitely discard things like that show, even something as simple as, hey, you now have a giant 65-inch flat screen TV. Like, that's just, those things right there are targets. And it's sadly and unfortunately, when it comes to a predator, it's not a target, it's a welcoming. because
Yeah,
now they
somebody's
know
gonna pick that box up for you. They're gonna put your TV in it and then carry on down the road.
exactly. And then it's, if you have a giant box outside of Barbie's dream house, well, clearly that's because you have a little girl. So people really need to also, be careful when it comes to that, because you're also advertising yet again what is in your home.
So yeah, parents, look, again, good intentions, got it, but think about your kids. Protect your kids, protect them from predators, because predators are watching, they pick up on it, and while they're scums of the earth, they are still smart enough to pick up on these things. So until that changes, better safe than sorry. And that's leading into what we're going to talk about next. We're going to talk about social media. Look, kids, I know you may have a lot going on in your life, and sometimes you think to yourself, hey, this is the most stressful thing, or this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. But you look, once you reach adulthood, once you fall into the trap of adulthood, you will learn that the hardest thing that you thought you ever experienced is nowhere close to what you're going to experience as an adult. So when you're posting stuff on social media and using it as a diary, predators are watching that too. And when you talk about certain things, they can, take that and use it as a way to reach out to you and drag you into their trap. And before you know it, you're meeting up with someone, and they can groom you for as long as it takes. They don't care how long it takes. It could take a month. It could even take a day. It can take a year. They'll still wait as long as they need to get you. Okay. So you have to be careful with who you think you can trust when you're sitting there telling a bunch of strangers all over social media, hey, this is happening, that's happening. You're letting them know what they can use to get you. And if you think for
Right.
a second that you are immune to any of that, you're wrong. I'm telling you, Scott.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned the kids' profiles specifically, because it's a really good idea for parents to make sure they have their kids' profiles on lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody who's outside of their friends and family can see their profiles, see what they're posting, and see their photos. Their profile photo should never be of themselves. Sorry, I know all the kids want to look cute for their friends, but hey, put up a cute picture of your pet, do something else. I don't want people scrolling through social media seeing a photograph of my kid. I just don't want it. And it's real easy to lock your kids' profiles down. Go into settings, set everything to I can only see this, or friends can only see this. Nothing on it should be public at all, especially birthdays, especially ages, anything like that.
Heather?
I definitely most certainly agree. And that's also why I always sit here and say that it's very important for parents and grandparents to learn devices, check your children's devices, because kids, they think they know it all. They think they're very sneaky, and they could have a profile that you know of, but have a totally secret profile. And that's how they get into trouble with their friends or what have you. But when it also comes to predators in the online world, you will have those predators. They are grown adults, and they're not just men, they're women as well. And oftentimes they will work in pairs. Um, you
And
will
they
have
pretend to be
predators,
kids too.
and that's exactly the point that I was about ready to make. They will pretend that they are children. They could use their niece's pictures, nephew's pictures, what have you. But predators will also study your child. They will study your child's behavior. They will study the schools, what time it starts, what time it ends, how long the periods are, the weather, to see if there's snow days, half days. They do study those types of things in regards to the schools, in regards to churches, and just parents and grandparents have to be so careful. And like I said, always check your children's devices.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Look, That also includes apps. There's a bunch of apps, and we're not going to get into all of them right now. If you want, look, parents, I highly recommend this. If you want the extended version of this video, go to our YouTube channel. You can reach our YouTube channel by going to www.htresponseteam.org, and you can look at the top right corner and you'll see the social media links you can click on, and it will allow you to learn. So I want you to also go to that education tab. There's videos from Homeland Security that help you understand what human trafficking is, how it works. There's videos from us that are very beneficial to you as well, because we elaborate on a lot of these things, how you can, fix things in the home life, social media, your vehicles, school, everything. And there's more to come. And then also you have other things. There's an interview with an actual sex predator who explains how he groomed children so he could get what he wanted. There's an actual interview on that. So I highly recommend, again, it's www.htresponseteam.org/education. And you'll get the extended version of this. There's a lot to it. Does anybody else have any 2 cents they want to put in?
Was that all of our topics?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we just want to do a brief summary. Look, if anybody has any questions for us, you can reach out to us. Go to our website again. You can get into the contact link, reach out to us. And, I hope this is beneficial, and I hope parents open their eyes and sit down with your children and talk to them, because this is very serious. If you don't talk to them, we'll find a way to, because we will make sure our videos go viral and everybody learns from them, because these predators are getting smart, and it's up to you to protect your children, plain and simple.
Yeah, we'd love to actually come to schools and talk. Chris loves to talk. We'll prop him right up on stage. You guys probably won't see me very much because we try to keep my face out of the limelight. We like to be able to know that I can remain a shadow for right now and walk around and look like a creep if I have to. But yeah, I mean, we got Pretty right here. He's good enough to be on camera.
Anyways, on that note, all of you have a wonderful night. Again, reach out to us if you need anything. And this is it. Have a good one.
Adios.
Thank you.